you don't really know who you are or what you are until you put a really big challenge in front of you.
Fear is an asset and ally here to help you be magnificent.
This crazy, silly, stupid idea to run across the Sahara Desert.
You did make it this time, but you said if you didn't make it, you would try again and again.
Everybody's connected to nature, connected to music, to their families, and now we're going to build a world that doesn't have racism and war and starving kids.
I kept telling myself, run at me, and just keep smiling.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to The Extra Mile. My name is Gene Gurkoff. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning in New York City. Going for a little recovery run after the New York City Marathon, which was just a spectacular day on Sunday. So beautiful, so great to share the spirit of that day with so many people in the race, spectating, and so many of you who were there with us in spirit. Thank you so much for sharing that journey with me. And today's episode is going to be a little medley of sorts from the New York City Marathon Expo. I was there at the Expo, soaking in all the energy, meeting so many great people, hearing so many great stories, that after a while I was like, you know what? I should be getting this on record. So I pulled out the podcast recorder, got to interview some of the people that I met, a lot of charity milers there, some new friends who you'll get to meet, a new guy, Maurice, who was awesome, Marathon Panda. What's up, Maurice? He had 26.2 shaved in his beard. I was like, oh man, I got to meet this guy. We saw some old friends, the Izzo Brothers, who were there. For those of you who didn't listen to the podcast that we did back in January with them at the Houston Marathon. At the Houston Marathon, they did a little thing where they ran on treadmills for the entire Saturday before the marathon, from like midnight to whatever time the expo closed. Did 73.8 miles or whatever that was. And then on Sunday, they ran 26.2 to make it a full marathon. And I had the honor of recording that and actually running the marathon with them on that Sunday. Well, they kicked it up a notch for the New York City Marathon. And they did a thing at the expo where they had, so it was three brothers, they were each on a treadmill. And they ran every hour that the expo was open, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then they ran the marathon on Sunday for a total of 150 miles each. They were doing on the treadmills, they were doing 40, 50 miles a day. And then they ran the marathon on Sunday. So got to interview them, hear how their year has been, nice little book into the year. And we even get to hear from a legend, New York City Marathon winner Paula Radcliffe, who was at the expo and gracious enough to share a little of her wisdom with us. Paula is an absolute legend in the sport, as I'm sure many of you know. So it's great to hear her on there. And also, I'll just say it was great to meet so many charity milers from all over the country, all over the world, actually. People who've been using the app for years. I'd ask people, how long have you been using the app? 4 or 5 years? Really have 9, 10,000 miles. Oh, God. Honestly, that was the best part of my whole weekend, was meeting so many great charity milers. So thanks to all of you who came out to meet, and thanks to all of you who were with us there in spirit. Before we jump into it, I do want to give a big thanks to our partners at Verizon. We've been working with them for the last few months now, and we're really grateful for their support. So I just want to say big thanks to Rob and the team over there. And without any further ado, turn up your volume and turn on your charity miles and come along for the walk or the run with me and a whole bunch of awesome people at the New York City Marathon Expo. Live from New York. Here we go. All right, what's your name?
Maurice, Marathon Panda Maurice from Providence, Rhode Island.
Marathon Panda?
Yes.
From Providence, Rhode Island. So I was standing here talking to Maurice, about to go interview the Izzo Brothers, did a couple other interviews earlier today, but I had this idea that maybe it should just interview a whole bunch of people real quick at the expo. And I'm walking through the expo, I see Maurice here. He's got 26.2 shaved into his beard. And I'm like, gotta talk to this guy. So, Maurice, Tell us what you're about. What's your story?
There's a lot of things about me. Passion, sobriety, just great gratitude to be included in a community with so many cool athletes and individuals. Everybody has their own story. I feel like it's my duty to be a light for others that might be in the darkness, no matter what type of darkness it is, whether it's addiction, whether it's depression. Those are the things I like to yap about the most. I use marathon running, my loud mouth, to try to be a light in the local fitness community and local marathon running community.
How many marathons is this for you?
This will be number 28.
28. When did you start running marathons?
2014.
Wow, so that's in a short time. You've been doing a lot.
I did 4 in a month
busy.
once to kind of act like, wow, I could do this every weekend. Then I realized that quality over quantity might be the route to go. So now I follow training plans and try to execute on race day opposed to just showing up, lacing up, and completing the distance.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your first marathon?
Newport, Rhode Island, 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you did that, did you think that you would one day run 28, or were you like thinking, let me give this a shot, I'll probably be one and done?
I was thinking I couldn't wait until the next one because it gave me, I call it the finish line high. I'm sure people have said that before. It gave me that euphoria that I wanted
when you finished.
When I finished.
What about at the start line?
I was a little nervous, a little anxious when I was making rookie mistakes, making very, beginner mistakes.
Breakdancing in the street?
Yeah, the coolest thing about this sport is the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. I get to learn from people that have done it dozens of times before me.
Yeah.
It's just, I've learned to respect the sport a lot more and take gratitude for the fact that I'm included in it, because most of the guys winning these things are done like 90, 120 minutes earlier than me. So it's just a really cool thing to be included.
Of the 28 marathons, which has been your favorite so far?
Boston in the bad weather, probably.
Oh, yeah?
I'm new to
The year that
Boston.
Des won?
Correct. So 18. So
Yeah.
17 and 18 were my first two opportunities to run that significant race, and it's incredible.
And you ran New York last year, you said?
For the first time. For the
you're
first time.
back.
I'm back. I'm hooked.
You're hooked.
I'm hooked.
It's the best day of the year.
Yeah. Life begins at 26.2 until
you
I
go.
can bang out something longer.
That's awesome. So what's your advice for maybe somebody who's doing their first New York City marathon, or maybe is thinking about doing a marathon or doing a 5K or getting up off the couch? What would be your advice for that person?
Best piece of advice is to get up and get going. It doesn't matter about how fast or how slow. Just get up and keep moving forward. Okay? If it's a marathon, save it for the last hurrah. Save it for the last 6 miles. It's a huge mental victory when you get to 18, 19, 20 and you feel good, because then you can just cruise home. But if you don't and you gas out before then, it can be mentally and physically defeating. I'm not a pro. I'm just trying to give some things that I've learned over the years.
All right. Get up, get moving, and move forward.
Yes, no matter what.
Love it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for featuring
Awesome.
me, brother.
Really appreciate it.
Pleasure to meet you. Have an
Pleasure
awesome
to meet you
marathon
too.
weekend.
We got to get a picture of that beard for the show notes. All right, so now I'm here with 2 charity milers, Jenny Pratt.
That's right. Hi, I'm
Nice to meet
Jenny.
you.
Nice to meet
And
you.
Vanessa. What's your last name?
Vanessa Logan.
Vanessa Logan. And where are you from?
I live in St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri, and
And I'm on Long Island in Shoreham.
Long Island. So we're standing here in the middle of the expo and made different arrangements to meet different charity milers who are in town. Really excited to get to meet you guys while you're here. So we'd just love to hear, a little bit about you, where you're from, what you're excited about. Your first marathon?
It is my first marathon, yeah. I lost both my parents in the last year.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm running for the Jimmy V Foundation, but every time I use charity miles, I do stand up for cancer because I lost both of my parents to cancer. So,
Sorry to hear that.
I thank you, but I'm terrified, and I don't know that I'll ever do a marathon again, but to be able to raise money for cancer and to use the app to raise money for cancer has been just a real blessing for me.
Wow. So you told me that you've been using charity miles for 5 years.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
were you running back then as well?
I walk the most,
You
so
walk the
I walk, and my daughter ran cross country, so I tried to get the whole cross country team to use the app when they're practicing. But yeah, I walk, and anytime I go out, I just turn on the app and try to get as much. I used to do Pencils for Promise and other of the education or Girls on the Run. But since this journey, I've really kind of looked at Stand Up for Cancer because of my folks.
And what inspired you to walk a marathon?
Truly, the cancer. I mean, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to ever qualify to get into a race. I've never aspired to do a marathon, but my dad was supposed to be recovering right now, and I was like, oh, well, if I'm training for the marathon and he's in recovery, like I can encourage him and all of that. He actually was like, why are you doing this? This is really dumb. But I'm really just grateful that I have the opportunity and got into the race because of the charity.
Wow. And so how are you feeling right now?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a marathoner, so I'm just hoping to finish. The only goal is to finish.
What are you looking forward to most about Sunday?
All the different neighborhoods, being able to see all of the city and just kind of experience this whole, I mean, it's the greatest race in the world, right? So to be able to be here and be a part of it and just be able to know that, I mean, we've raised a lot of money for cancer research.
That's great.
And have used the app so religiously. So I just am really, really grateful for that. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Being a part of our community.
Thanks.
Thank
yeah,
you.
of course.
And Vanessa, you traveled in from a
Just
great
Long
distance.
Island. Yeah,
from Long
exactly, an hour. An hour
And-
east.
And so what brings you here?
So I just found out I was running this 7 weeks ago. So I'm a police officer on Long Island, and my deputy police commissioner says, will you please represent the police department and run for the Silver Shield Foundation, which helps cops and firemen who are killed in the line of duty, and firewomen and, of course, police women, and provides education for their surviving children or their spouses even. So that's my deal. I've been training for 7 weeks. And
Just 7 weeks.
For just 7 weeks.
Is this your first marathon?
It's my 6th.
Okay.
My first New York. So I'm excited.
So they just came to you and said, hey, marathons in 7 weeks, let's get at it.
Yes, exactly. So it's excellent. I've been, we raised some money. We had some events and everything for this charity. And it's wonderful. I'm excited. Why not?
So you're a police officer.
I am.
What's that like?
It is amazing. Best career I could ever ask for.
How long have you been a police officer?
A little over 16 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You don't think you've been doing anything for 16 years.
16 years. I found out about Charity Miles from another cop that I work with. He actually posted on Facebook, and he'd be like, 4.5 miles for the Charity Miles Michael J. Fox Foundation or whatever.
Great.
So I'm like, well, tell me a little bit more about this. So he told me to download the app, and so I usually do like St. Jude's because children and cancer and...
So 7 weeks, how's the training been in 7 weeks? Crash course?
Fast, very, very fast. Start off with high mileage. I hadn't been running that much. I did a lot of biking because I do a police unit tour every year. So I ride my bike from Ground Zero up here to down to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
So kind of switched gears a little bit. I haven't been running that much, maybe twice a week, 3 or 5 miles. And so it went fast. I did 2 20-milers, and I said, okay, I'm ready. It's good. It'll be fun. Might be a little painful, but it'll be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to most about Sunday?
Seeing all of the neighborhoods, like you said, and crossing that finish line. I mean, we're in the city all the time. We're in the city on Tuesday. One of my daughters lives in Manhattan, so we're here all the time, but to run through the neighborhoods. And my husband's going to follow me and cheer me on, so it'll be good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for being a part of our community and sharing this with us. I wish you both
great
luck
stuff.
on Sunday.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'll definitely have to get your number so I can follow it on the app.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Are you running too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I saw that on Facebook, yes.
So I'm excited as well. It's the best day of the year. And
awesome. Definitely. I can't wait.
Have a great race.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, so nice.
All right, Deb Green.
Yeah, Deb
so
Green.
nice to meet you in
Meet you,
person.
Gene.
Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
I love the eagle that you're wearing, Team Red, White, and Blue.
Absolutely.
How long you been with Charity Miles?
4 years.
4 years. No,
About to hit 9,500 miles.
That's
so yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
You're gonna get a 10,000 mile club shirt
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, pretty soon.
10,001 mile club.
Right, yeah,
We're
yeah.
just thinking out with those shirts.
That's
We've had,
awesome.
I think like 3,000 or 4,000 people order those shirts in the
Yeah.
last week, which has been exciting. So, where are you from?
I'm from Syracuse, New York, but I just recently
Okay.
relocated to Bayonne, New Jersey.
Oh, God's country.
Yeah. My husband's Army, and so we got reassigned
Okay.
here. So when the opportunity to do a charity bib for New York City came open, I was like, of course, it's my backyard now.
There you go. How are you enjoying our fair state of New Jersey?
I like it. I think New Jerseyans are misunderstood.
We are. I'm from New Jersey.
Yep. So sometimes I think you seem unapproachable, but you're not. You're just you're protective. And once you get under that barrier, you're some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And you all studied up on your Bruce Springsteen?
Oh yeah. him and who is it? John Bon Jovi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm up to date.
First son. Actually, look, check out. This is the new Charity Mile shirt. Born to Run.
Oh, yes, the Born to Run. Yeah,
Springsteen cover.
very cool. Very cool.
I'm really fired up about it.
Yeah.
We haven't started selling them yet, but I think
Soon.
these are going to be a hot
Yeah.
item.
Oh, yeah. Sell out.
So, is this how many marathons have you run?
This will be my 11th. So I
11th
ran
marathon.
10. Yeah, last week I ran.
Last week you ran the Marine Corps Marathon.
Yeah, that was my 10th.
Back-to-back weeks. I love it.
Yeah.
And you ran that, you were telling me, with a big flag, right?
Yeah. I run with the American flag to honor our fallen military, first responders, and their families. And so Marine Corps Marathon was okay with me running with it during the race. And so it was a downpour the first 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm a 5-hour marathoner. And so it was took a little energy to maneuver around people so I wouldn't whip them with the flag, glory slap we call it, or a freedom slap.
Nothing like a little freedom slap.
Yeah. But the sun came out the last hour of that race, and it was good.
Do you know Jules Daigle?
I do.
Yeah,
she's
in
our
Jersey.
our Central New Jersey chapter captain.
When I ran the Marine Corps Marathon, I ran with her flag.
It's a heavy one. That's a heavy one. Yeah.
It was an honor to carry Jules. Jules is like.
She's
an OG.
Can I say badass?
She's
can
a
I say
total
that?
badass.
Okay.
But she's amazing. I love Jules. Big shout out to Jules.
Yeah.
Running the Marine Corps Marathon with a flag, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, that Blue Mile when you come through the
Mile,
fallen. Last year I was injured. I had just had knee surgery, and so I volunteered on the Blue Mile last year with the intent of running it this year. And so I was so glad I got to experience it both ways.
And have you run New York before?
No, this will be my first New York City. Yeah.
Other than Marine Corps, what's your favorite marathon so far?
Oh, Ottawa.
Ottawa, really?
Yeah, because when you get into the French part, the Quebec City or the Quebec area, they go bravo, bravo, and you kind of feel fancy, like you should, stand up a little taller.
I like that. Actually, one of my favorite memories, my first marathon was the Chicago Marathon in 2002. And my favorite, and still one of my top favorite memories of any marathon I've ever run is running through this part of the town, and there was kind of like the Mexican neighborhood.
Yeah.
And all these little kids are out there saying, "Se puede, it means you can. Se puede, it means you can." And I'm like,
that's so cute.
So a lot of times, like when I get to that dark place, I keep saying to myself, "Se puede, it means you can."
Yeah.
So,
that's cute.
maybe if I'll have to run Ottawa, and I'll be saying, bravo, bravo.
And then the Canadian kids are out there with hockey sticks to clear away the cups. Instead of like a rake or a broom,
That's
they use
awesome.
hockey sticks, and they're out there whacking them. And it just feels very Canadian.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And so what are you most looking forward to about Sunday?
Oh my gosh. The crowds. I think this will be the biggest marathon, the biggest crowd marathon, and just getting to see the different neighborhoods. I mean, New York City is made up of, it's melting pot. It's you have every walk of life, every nationality, every ethnicity, every breakdown of poverty and middle class and the rich, and you're going to run through all of that in one race.
You run through Williamsburg, and like the Orthodox Jews are like just walking across the street.
Exactly,
like
every
going
religion,
on.
every race, and I feel like it's the best way to experience the human race.
Yes,
the New York City Marathon.
You're right, it is. Everyone's here. That's
the international number of runners.
Yeah, you see like everyone's like wearing Berlin, Italy, Sweden, Korea. Like everyone's wearing different jackets, different languages. I mean, I'm not sure if people can kind of hear around us, but like. There's all sorts of different languages going on around us right now. When I first ran it in 2002, that's what I was like, this is a club that I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's like this international community.
And
we're all here together.
So to answer your question, that's what I'm most excited. I'm just excited to experience the world here in New York City.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing it with Charity Miles and for being a part of our community. The Eagle community. We love Team Red, White, and Blue. That Eagle Fire is really something else.
Great program.
We love our Team Red, White, and Blue fam, and we're grateful.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
For sharing this with us and for coming out to meet me today.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Thanks. Ready to get a picture? All right, let's start this over, ladies.
Well, I'm not going to talk. You talk.
I am
You can tell
Alicia.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great. Jean, I'm so happy to be here with you.
I am so happy to be here with you. So you are like one of our OG charity milers.
Since
like,
2015.
From like the root to the fruit. You and your mom?
Yeah.
How's your mom doing?
She's doing good. She's not getting as many miles in right now, but she's still obviously loves charity miles.
And you're here with your cheer squad.
Yes.
Who's here with you?
I'm Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Dorothy.
And so let's start over. We're starting to talk, and I needed to get this on the podcast. So what brings you here to New York today?
I'm here, obviously running with charity miles, but I'm deferred from last year's race.
And where do you live?
San Francisco.
Okay, so you're in from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Running the New York City Marathon.
I was supposed to run for 2018.
Last year.
I was supposed to, and I was here. And then
what happened last year?
I ended up in the ER the morning of the race.
So you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm going to go run. And you're like, actually, no, I'm just going to go to the ER right now.
Yeah, basically. So from 12 a.m. until 4 a.m., I was clutched over on the couch, holding my side, trying to figure out what's going on with my stomach, and it was really painful.
It wasn't just nerves.
It wasn't nerves. No, it wasn't food poisoning either. So I rushed myself to the ER because I started Googling, and you never want to Google what's going on with my side. And they told me I was having a kidney stone episode, and they're like, yeah, you're not gonna run this marathon today.
Yikes. So here we are a year later.
And
how are you feeling today?
I'm excited. A year of ups and downs, some injuries at the beginning of the year. Just started running.
I see all your runs. You've been flying.
Well, now, but yeah, it's great.
You are like one of our most active, supportive, enthusiastic members. This is our first time meeting in person.
Yes.
I don't feel like this is the first time we're meeting in person. I feel like we're like old friends.
Yeah.
We see each other like.
I know.
We talk every day.
I know. And your Mondays with your son, and he's drumming, and it's like, I look forward to those Mondays.
I know. We got to get him back on the drums. He hasn't been on the drums in a while.
Yeah.
But I'll show you the pictures of trick-or-treating yesterday. He basically just like took his shirt off and was like trick-or-treating topless. It's the funniest thing ever.
I mean, it was a hot day.
It was
pretty humid.
So hot.
Yeah.
And in New York, they don't trick-or-treat like the way that people trick. Like we used to go house to house. In New York, you're just running down the halls of the apartment building, going door to door, which is totally cheating. But it's so hot in the apartment buildings. It's like getting a schwitz and trick-or-treating at the same time. So, anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
You're feeling good for Sunday.
Feel great. I'm excited to run. I've been following a beginner training plan because, like I mentioned, I was injured and just taking it easy. And so I'm really excited to just absorb the energy of New York.
Yeah.
This will be like my 10th marathon.
It's your 10th marathon.
Yeah. So.
Do you have any? What was your first marathon?
The San Francisco Marathon back in 2012.
Got it.
So yeah.
And what's been your favorite marathon so far?
Probably California International Marathon when I Boston qualified.
Yeah.
And I was crying. I was so excited.
That's a great race. And so here we got New York. So we got some. New York's got to live up to the hype. What are you most looking forward to on Sunday?
I think just being with everybody. Yeah, I don't really have any expectations. I think, just knowing that I'm cheering on Desi, who's running in the leads, and knowing that you're out there, and it's just going to be a great time. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to, too, sharing the energy with you and everyone else. So.
And raising money for Team Fox.
There we go. Yes, you took me up on my 100-mile challenge.
I did.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Who do you usually like to run for in the app?
I usually do Stand Up to Cancer. Yeah. Cancer has affected my families and so many people I know and their families, so I try to get back that way. Yeah. Or Girls Inc. Yeah. Young girls.
Excellent. So, thank you so much for everything.
Yeah.
For everything for years now. And I'm just so happy to be meeting you in person. And excited to be sharing this with you.
I am too. We have to take a picture.
Definitely. All right, let's do that. All right, so what's your name?
My name's Paula Radcliffe.
Paula Radcliffe. Have you ever run the New York City Marathon before?
I have run the New York City Marathon. I ran it in 2004, 2007, 2008 and won, and then I was fourth in 2009.
So you won the New York City Marathon. Wow. We are talking with a legend here. Of course, everybody knows who Paula Radcliffe is. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. For the New York City Marathon Expo, you got a little thing going on here at Frontier X. Is that what this is called?
Yeah, well, the product's called Frontier X, and it's Fourth Frontier is the company that we just launched it yesterday.
All right, so let's do a little bit of a mid-roll commercial here for Frontier. Tell us what this product is.
Well, it's a really revolutionary and exciting new device because it's the first device that actually measures breathing rate accurately during the run and actually does a full ECG as well and measures cardiac strain. So I guess when we're out there training, we're all about trying to learn how to pace ourselves, and with the breathing rate, this device really helps you to pace yourself well, particularly I think in the first part of the marathon, first part of a half marathon, longer races where you just don't want to go too hard because you're not going to be able to finish, but you want to run hard enough that you're going to run a good time. So you can set the device to help you to hit that zone for the first part of the race, and it should really help you through measuring your breathing rate. So breathing is actually, the breathing rate's very linear, and it corresponds much more across people rather than the heart rate, which heart rate can be affected by temperature, by psychological factors, by caffeine, by not getting enough sleep, heat and humidity, things like that, whereas the breathing rate pretty much stays the same. So if you would normally say a hard run, tempo run might be at 45 breaths per minute, you can set the device 45 breaths per minute, and it will just make sure that you're not going too hard. If you'll deliver a little buzz, to the chest, nothing that'll shock you or anything, but just enough to let you know, and then you can just back off a little bit, and then if it gives you 2 buzzes, that's alerting you to cardiac strain. So I guess when we're training our heart. Like heart's a muscle like any other muscle, and a little bit of stress, a little bit of strain on it makes it get stronger, but too much ischemia to the heart isn't good for us, and this is a really cool way of monitoring that. So we're all in it for health reasons, and this makes sure that we are doing something that's healthy for our heart. We're not pushing our heart too much.
Excellent. And so, I mean, I've been walking around the expo, I saw this, I've seen a lot of stuff that maybe didn't interest me, but this really interested me.
Yeah.
Which is why I came over, and I didn't even realize, no offense, I didn't realize that you were here with kind of signing autographs. Oh my God, it's Paula Radcliffe. Got to ask her a little bit more about this. So you guys just launched it, right?
Yeah, we just launched it yesterday. So you can actually pick it up for a $100 discount here. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't actually generally like to run with a lot of different devices, and I like to kind of just relax and enjoy my run. And I think that's one of the advantages of this. You put your chest strap on, it does feed to your watch, but you don't have to look at it while you're running. You only have to react to the buzz if you get it, and you can just concentrate on running distraction-free.
Very cool. And so, besides from the product, which, by the way, where can people learn more about the product?
So you can go to fourthfrontier.com.
Fourth, F-O-U-R-T-H.
F-O-U-R-T-H, F-R-O-N-T-I-E-R.com. And then you can also order the device online if you want to, but you can learn a lot more about it and a lot more about the science and all the hard work that's gone in from Manav and Sandeep behind it.
All right, so we'll definitely put a link to that in the show notes. As somebody who has won the New York City Marathon, and obviously this place is special to you, can you just, what does the New York City Marathon mean to you? What does it mean to be here today?
For me, I mean, New York's such a special place anyway. I first came to New York back in 1995 to run the Fifth Avenue Mile. I came with my boyfriend at the time, now my husband, and we spent 9 days here. We just walked all over Manhattan, visited everything, and then ran the Fifth Avenue Mile. I came second that year. I came back and I won it the next 2 years. And then I moved up to the Mini in Central Park in May, June time and won that one. And then in 2004, I actually went into the Olympics as one of the big favorites and got injured before it. Wasn't able to go well at all, but bounced back and asked the organizers, could I come and run in New York that fall? And they let me in the race, and I won the race. And so since then, it's kind of been my feel-good place. Come back and make myself feel better, my healing place. So yeah, it's really
I remember
special
when you
to
ran
me.
it in 2004. That was, I mean, one of like a truly epic victory.
Yeah,
so.
it was really special to me. I think because to get back on the bike and to be healthy and just go in and just enjoy. It was always on my bucket list to come and run here. At the time, there were like 3 races, so I wanted to win all 3, the mile, the mini, and the marathon. And then later they introduced the half, so I had to come back and run the half.
So, what do you do in your mind? What do you tell yourself in those later miles when they're getting tough?
I think that it's tough for everyone, and I think that's what's so special and so unique about the marathon is it's a challenge, and it's a big challenge not just against the distance or the other people in the race. It's a challenge against your own mind and your own body. And so I think what you go through in training and how strong and how much you prepare for that is really important, and accepting beforehand that in any marathon, there are rough patches. Even when you run a world record, even when you win the race, you still go through rough patches. So you have to kind of have that faith in the training and the preparation that you've put in, that you will get through that and you'll start feeling good again. And little techniques that you can use, I used to just count in my head. But anything that you can do just to basically stay in the moment, so you're not thinking about how far you've got to go or what's hurting. You're only just thinking about one foot after another. Just run, basically. It's quite simple. It's hard, but it's simple.
That's amazing. And so, real quick, and then one last question. What advice would you give to all the people who are going to be lining up on the Verrazano on Sunday?
I think just go out and enjoy it. I mean, it is a fantastic race, and the atmosphere will set you almost alight the whole way along the course. And if you need any extra pickup or extra energy, just draw on it from the crowds around you, from the runners around you, and then be there for other runners when you see them going through that, because it truly is like one of the most magical races you can do, and the camaraderie that you'll experience along the route, and then the feeling of achievement when you cross that finish line is something really special. So enjoy it. Make sure you make lots of memories out there.
Excellent. Paula, thank you so much for taking the time to share this with us.
No problem.
You have a quick little picture?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right, so here we are. We are at the Aftershocks booth in the New York City Marathon Expo, and I'm here with Rachel.
Yes.
Rachel runs VA.
Rachel runs RVA.
Which is, I feel like I've known you forever now. But we're just
cool,
meeting in person.
That's right.
And you're a Charity Miles ambassador.
Yes.
And you're an Aftershocks ambassador.
That's right.
Which came first?
Man. Maybe Aftershocks, but it was close.
I think we connected you with Aftershocks.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But anyway, we love that you're a part of our community.
Thanks. I love being a part of it.
So you're here. You're not running the marathon.
No.
You're here to help out at the Aftershocks booth.
That's right.
And so I came here because I said at the time, like, hey, I needed like a place to meet other charity milers. We've had a bunch come up that we've interviewed, and you're here.
I'm here.
And this is like a great meeting. So I want to learn a little bit more about you.
Sure.
Where are you from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
RVA.
RVA.
Rachel runs RVA.
Yep.
And how did you hear of Charity Miles?
Actually, I think you guys reached out to me. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Saw a lot of it. I think I followed the page, started liking it, and then it all just kind of came together.
Awesome. And who do you like to run for with the app?
I do Autism Speaks right now.
And have you ever run a marathon?
I have. I ran Marine Corps last year, and then I'm about to run my second one in 2 weeks in Richmond.
Oh, the Richmond Marathon.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Excellent. And how does it feel to be here in the New York City Marathon Expo?
The energy is awesome. I really wish I was running it, but it's so cool. So many different people from all over. Energy is going to be awesome. I'm going to be cheering out there on Sunday, I'll be looking for
Do you know where
everyone.
you're going to be cheering?
I think I'm going to go to Central Park. Seems to be the good place to go. So.
Yeah. It is a good place. Actually, certainly like the finish line is awesome.
Yes.
But also mile like 24 where people enter the park and they've still got 2 miles left.
Yeah, I think that's where I want to be. Right there at that 24 where they really need my cheer.
There you go. That's usually where I watch it.
Cool.
And there's going to be a Team Fox cheering station there.
Sweet.
And actually that's where Michael J. Fox cheers himself because he lives like right there. So he comes out and cheers and they have a Team Fox. So if you're looking for a fun place to cheer, I highly recommend.
All right.
Mile 24. It's on like 5th Avenue and like 92nd, 93rd Street.
Perfect.
So you're at the expo.
Yep.
And you're helping to show people the Aftershocks.
Yes.
So let's give a little love to our partners at Aftershocks
Yes.
because we are very grateful for their support.
They're
let's
incredible.
pretend that I am not currently wearing Aftershocks, which I am at the moment. But let's pretend that I'm like a regular person come up to the booth. Tell me about the Aeropex.
Aeropex, latest and greatest. It's definitely the lightest design. They've upgraded the Bluetooth, the speaker. They're now waterproof, which is super cool.
You also have the X trainers or the cross trainers.
Cross trainers, yeah, for swimming. Those are MP3. They don't have Bluetooth, but it's very
Those are
popular
awesome.
as well.
I've used those in the water. So
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people are loving the Aeropex.
Yeah, so I have the Aeropex. I had the Air before, which I loved.
Yep.
And then, well, now because I'm not pretending that I'm not wearing them, but so I had the Air, but the Aeropex are like
They're even lighter than the Air,
lighter.
which is incredible, right?
They're great. What are some of the questions that people are asking you here that like you would give answers to?
Do they bounce? Do they move around when I run? I'm like, no. I normally just give them the pair off of me, and I'm like, take it for a spin. And they'll run up and down, and they're like, oh my gosh, incredible. The other one is, can you hear the music? I'm like, no, I can't hear it, but you can hear me.
Yeah.
Other than that, they want to know how long they'll last. Will they last through a marathon? Things like that. So you definitely. Yep, the new Aeropex have 8 hours of battery life versus 6 with the other one. So another upgrade.
There you go. And how is it? Have you done an expo like this for Aftershock?
Yeah, I have. I've done quite a few now. I think this is my 5th or 6th with Aftershocks. Yeah.
That's great. And they're a great company to work with.
Yes, they're so awesome. Yeah.
So actually,
they treat me well. I feel lucky.
Saying like the headphones are awesome, and that is reason enough to buy them. But as a company, it is a truly great company. They are people who care.
Absolutely.
They care not just about helping people, which they do with charity miles, but they care about people specifically and
their
take care of
safety.
people and their safety, and we love working with them. So thank you for being a part of our community.
I love it.
And for being part of Charity Miles. And thank you for sharing a little bit of Aftershock.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we got to take a little selfie of ourselves here. All right, what's your name?
Zoe Hill.
Zoe Hill, and you're a Charity Miles member?
Yes.
Excellent. And what brings you to New York today?
I am running the marathon for charity.
Which charity are you running for?
Runwell, which is it provides scholarship money for drug and alcohol treatment.
Wow. And so, this is your first New York City marathon?
Yes.
How do you feel?
Excited. I did Chicago last year, and the crowd support is fabulous, and that's what I know is going to help push me on.
You know, they call Chicago the second city.
Yeah.
Because New York is the first city.
So that's
the crowd
what I'm
support
looking
here
forward
is
to that, yeah.
even next level. Nothing against Chicago. That was my first marathon, too. I love
Nice.
Chicago. So, where are you from?
I live in Pennsylvania, West Reading.
It doesn't sound like a Pennsylvania accent.
No,
My family's from Pennsylvania. I know a Pennsylvania accent. That's not one.
Originally, I'm from England, northwest London. I moved here about 23 years ago.
Okay. And how many marathons is this for you?
This is number 4. So I did one trail marathon, which is called the Labor Pains, which is pretty intense.
That's a great name.
It's on Labor Day weekend, that's
Okay.
why. And then I
like
did Rehoboth Beach, which is a really lovely, it's the most pretty race I've ever done.
Really?
There's not much crowd support, but it's fast because it's December and it's pretty flat. It's a really nice one.
Maybe I'll do that.
And then you should. It's a really nice race. And then Chicago, and now this.
That's awesome. And so, when did you start running marathons? When was that trail?
It was 2017.
Okay, so it's 4 in just a couple of years.
Yeah.
What made you decide to want to do this?
For this one of my co-workers said, hey, would you mind joining our charity team to do it? And I'm like, sure, absolutely. Get in the New York City Marathon, absolutely.
Yeah, peer pressure's a bitch, right?
Yeah, it is. It really is, but it's great. It's really awesome. I'm excited.
So what are you looking forward to most about Sunday?
The crowd support, without a doubt. Finishing's a good thing as well.
Yeah.
But the crowd support, because that really, really does make a difference.
Yeah.
I just remember what it felt like in Chicago, and there were pockets where I'm just flagging, and just the crowds really got me to move forward. And the end, like when you run in and everyone's cheering crazily, that's so awesome.
Feels good, right?
So yeah, and I'm looking forward to the finish.
Do you have any kind of like mental secrets that kind of propel you through those last miles?
No, just it's going to be over soon. Just keep going. It's okay. So just keep moving forward. That's what I had on my road ID. keep moving forward.
All right.
One step in front of the other, you know?
I like that. Actually, yeah, I just interviewed another gentleman, Maurice, who just said, keep moving forward.
Yeah,
it's a good mantra. Maybe that's what I'll be saying to myself, mile 22.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly a fast runner, so it takes a little time for me to get there.
You know what?
I get there.
It's the spirit, not the speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being part of our community and for making time to come say hello to me here at the
Charity
Expo.
Miles, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's great. This is why we do it. Is for people like you fire us up every day. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. That's great. All right. Here we are. We got another New York City Marathon runner. What's your name?
Bill Brent.
Bill Brent. And where are you from?
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. My sister went to Lehigh.
Nice.
Right there in the hood, right
I'm
there.
right there.
And that's like Bar Yasso's from there. And
Yep, Homer Runner's World.
there you go. That's right. So what brings you to New York?
I grew up here. This is my hometown marathon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a Charity Miles member.
I am 100% a Charity Miles member.
Thank you. How long have you been in Charity Miles?
At least 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time. That's amazing. Do you remember how you heard about it?
I don't know. I've been a part of it so long that it's just on every phone that I've purchased since then, right? It's like one of those ones that you download first.
Thank you. And who do you like to run for?
I usually change it up. I
Okay.
try to stick with one for a whole year. So
Oh, wow.
This year it's team in training.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, I just recorded a really good podcast this morning with a guy named Bishoy who's running for Team in Training. He's like raised almost $100,000 from them. He's a leukemia survivor. Incredible story. So thank you for doing that. It's a great organization. Is this your first marathon?
It's probably my 25th.
Okay.
Yeah, second New
Wow.
York.
Second New York? What's been your favorite one?
Oh, I don't know. I really like New York. Epic start, memorable finish.
Yeah.
You can't get better than that.
Other than New York, what's on the list?
Berlin's up there too. Just I'm a history buff, so crossing between East and West Berlin is really impactful.
Excellent. And do you have other people here running with you?
Yeah, so I run with Adidas, and there's a group of us running together.
I see it on your shirt.
Yep.
You got the Adidas Runtastic Ambassador.
Yep.
And you got your Aero Aftershocks Aeropex on. I like it.
Yep, representing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So you've run 25 marathons. What are you most looking forward to about Sunday?
So today is a buddy of mine's first marathon, so I'm kind of just pacing him through the whole thing. He has a goal of better than 350. And then a friend of mine from Mexico is flying up, and this is his 25th. Or no, it's his 20th. So I'm like going to stick with between the two of them for the first half. Lewis is going to kill it and get better, do better than 330, and then I'm going to stick with Wesley, and we'll get in better than 350.
That's awesome. What advice do you have for somebody who has not run New York or has not run a marathon but might be thinking about getting into it?
Just do it. I mean,
That's Nike. That's not Adidas.
It's not, but I mean, it doesn't have a cool slogan for just doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the advice is like pull the trigger, find someone to run with, and just get the miles in. And it's super rewarding once you hit the finish line.
What do you say to yourself? What do you say to yourself in your head? Mile 22, 23, when things are getting really tough.
So 22 and 23, I just counted down like I've done a 5K. I've done, this is easy. It's usually like 17, 18.
Right, that's it's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, and that's usually where I kind of go back to like the storybook, right? I think I can. Little engine that could.
Okay.
Or in my case, I'm running for charity, so I remind myself of like, hey, the person I'm running for, they can't do this right now, so I have to prove to them that they're worth it. So like those are some of the mantras that I go through.
Excellent. Are you running for Team in Training?
I am.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for being a part of our community, and thank you for coming to say hello.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw you.
This is the best part of my day, is getting to meet all these amazing charity miles who are here in the expo. So thank you very much for being part of our community.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for putting it together.
We got to get a picture now. All right, so we are in the New York City Marathon Expo with some old friends, the Izzo Brothers. Many of you might remember that back in January, we met them at the Houston Marathon, and they did a little thing where at the Houston Marathon Expo, they ran 73.8 miles on treadmills together. It's three brothers. They each ran 73.8 miles. And then on Sunday, they ran the 26.2 miles, and I got to run with them. And they're taking that up a notch here in New York City. So Matt, Izzo, how you feeling? What are you doing today?
What's going on, Gene? We've been going about 6.5, almost 7 hours here. We're on day 2 here at the Expo, and we're about to hit mile 32 for the day. Yesterday,
How many did you do yesterday?
Yesterday we went, so we're doing every hour, open hour of the New York City Expo. We'll be running. So 10 to 8 yesterday, we hit 49 miles. 10 to 8 today, which is Friday. Maybe 45, 46 today. We'll see. See where the day takes us. And then tomorrow is an 8-hour day, so we'll get to end at 5 tomorrow, 9 to 5 tomorrow. And then we'll run the marathon on Sunday. So we should be right around 150 miles each, maybe about 450 for all 3 of us together.
That is incredible. So you've gone from 100 miles, but I remember what you were like after that first, stint on the treadmill in Houston.
Yeah.
You guys weren't looking too sharp, but you've already passed that number of miles, and you guys are looking good.
Yep. Yeah, Steven got his patented shivers after yesterday's run, for nowhere near what it was in Houston. But yeah, I mean, we recovered nice. We tried some of those compression boots. Yeah, we had a good time with those compression boots last night, and then this morning again. So they definitely helped. And yes, so yesterday was a little low with the rain and just being a Thursday in general. Today has really picked up. Today's kind of flown by for us. We had Meb out here earlier. Yeah, it's been good today. So we're moving along.
Excellent. And you guys are doing this to raise money for Team for Kids?
Yep. So Team for Kids, yeah. So they do all the youth stuff in the area. They do that's what's been crazy, and the coolest thing for us is they've been putting chairs out in front of us and interviewing people. So the cool one, they did I think it's the Striders, like an older program. So they interviewed some of the coaches and just some of the stories of people losing weight. And then yesterday they had some high school girls that entered their youth program, and they set them up with free shoes and kits, and they kind of give them confidence through their programs, after school programs. And it's just been really cool. You could read anything, but when you actually come here and get to see it, it's just pretty cool. There's definitely an energy about the New York City running community that's pretty cool to be a part of for a few days anyway.
Yeah, well, you guys are at the center of it, I'll tell you that, and it's very cool. Let's move on over to get some of your brothers.
Okay, appreciate it.
Good luck out there. You're looking really strong.
Thanks, man. You too.
All right, here we go. Steven, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having
good.
us. Thanks for having us
that
again.
That beard is looking good too.
Thanks. I actually, since Houston, I shaved it, and then I grew it back for the last 4 months, maybe.
Well, it's looking good, man.
Thank you.
So how are you feeling?
Feeling good. So, as Matt mentioned, we're just rounding mile 81. And yesterday was a long day, and today we're moving along. So we're over the halfway point. So feeling good about that.
What kind of pace are you running right now?
We're doing like around a 10-minute pace.
Wow.
And then we've been every hour we've been walking at least 10 minutes to make sure that we space out the 4 days, because this is actually the first time we've done a 4-day event like this. Trying to be smart about it.
And it looks like you've got, what are you hooked up to here?
So we're hooked up to the Zwift app. I'm looking at, I'm on Woodway treadmill, and I've got a Surface or iPad tablet in front of me running the Zwift running app.
You got bikers flying by you?
Yeah, so it's really neat. It says there's almost 1,200 people on the course. And then...
What course are you running here?
I believe they call this one Watopia. It's like a little bit of a futuristic kind of layout. And they've been running 5Ks throughout the day yesterday and today. So that's been really neat because, we've had something to look forward to. And there's a countdown, and we're actually on the game. We're standing on a start line, kind of running in place on the video game. And then the time goes down, and then we start going with, 20, 30, 40 people, so from around the world.
So it kind of looks like a video game, and there's all these runners and bikers kind of in the game. These are other people in real life that are out there in the universe doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
But they're only doing a 5K, and you're running 150 miles.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't even know how many 5Ks we've done on this. There's usually a little bit of break in between them, but it's something to help kind of keep our mind off.
Do you ever start competing with some of these people out there?
Absolutely not. No, we don't want to push too hard.
Do any of them have an idea that this guy in the yellow shirt is doing 150 miles?
I think so. There's been some, some promotions, some communications that went out to tell people to get ready for this event. So they're going to be running this all day tomorrow as well. So it's a pretty neat way to get interaction with people that aren't at the expo.
That's awesome. So they're doing a little bit of an announcement in the background, but try to kind of roll through it. What have you been doing all year to kind of go from 100 miles to 150 miles? How have you been kind of progressing your training?
So we actually, all three of us, after Houston, started training pretty aggressively to try to get PRs, which we actually all did at the Tunnel Marathon out in Seattle in like July, August. So we've been training hard for that, and then we just rolled that right into some higher mileage back-to-back runs to get ready for 150 miles each, which is not really something that you could particularly train for. But getting those miles in definitely helps during the training and keeps our mental game up. So that's actually, I think, probably a lot of other ultra runners out there could attest to this, but it really comes down to mental and just keeping yourself, putting one foot in front of the other and just moving forward and taking the highs, run through them, and then when you hit lows, just keep going and know that you're going to hit another high. So don't stop when you hit a low, just keep going.
What do you say to yourself in your head when you hit one of those lows?
Just believe in myself and just tell myself you could do it. You've been here, somewhat been here before, and just give myself that confidence. And the absolute most important thing, the single most important thing, is no negative thoughts. I've never crossed my mind that I'm not going to be able to finish this. All three of us came into this full steam and said, this is what we're doing. We're raising money for Team for Kids, and that's something that's really important to us. Seeing that all three of us have small kids. Paul has 3 kids, I have 3 kids, and Matt has 3 kids, including his youngest is just a couple months old. So it's keeping kids active and getting the future into running is very important to us.
Well, I'm wishing you the best of luck. It's great to see you guys here. It was one of the highlights of my year to get to run with you in Houston. So it's a nice little bookend here for the end of the year from Houston to New York. So thanks, man. I'm going to move down on your brother, okay? Keep it up.
That was the longest 3 months of my life training for that race.
All right.
I want to have fun. Yeah, after that.
Paulie boy, how you doing?
What's going on, Gene?
You looking good?
Yeah, looking good.
You feeling
Just
good?
hanging out with Nev from the
Got Neve here from MTV.
He's banging out the miles. I just found out he ran under a 3-hour marathon, so he's got me on the marathon record. He's a little fresher than I am right now, so
nice.
Yeah. Well, I got fans on me, so.
How's we met in Houston. Here we are in New York, little bookend of the year.
Yeah.
What have you been doing from Houston to here to get ready for 150 miles?
Yeah, I tell you, I was just telling Ev that in June I ran the Tunnel Marathon out in Seattle, qualified for Boston.
Yeah.
So pretty excited, dedicated 3 months of my life got a training coach and really put the gauntlet down. So since then, I took a little time off in the summer, a little mini sabbatical, and then probably about 3 months ago started training for this, and totally different race, totally different cause. And so I've been just logging a lot of long miles, a lot of lonely time on the treadmill by myself, watching some Netflix and some other shows.
That's a new definition of Netflix and chill.
Yeah, a lot of 4 a.m. in the gym by myself, getting home before the kiddos get up. So, but it's all worth it. This is an unbelievable event. From Houston to now, I mean, this is the largest marathon in the world. Your hometown. I've lived here. I've run the marathon once back in 2013. Totally excited to have Matt and Steven run.
Yeah.
See the city, the energy of these people is unbelievable.
So you've run the New York City Marathon before, but they haven't.
I have, back in 2013. My wife actually 2 years ago raised money for Team for Kids and ran. So I've run, I've been a spectator, and now I'll be running again after 125 miles, 150 total. So
wow. And so what are you most looking forward to on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, outside of all the people for Team for Kids, it's really just enjoying the environment and the diversity of New York City Marathon. There's so many people internationally. We had an awesome gal that we've met through social media from Sweden that came up, and so just the connectivity of everybody that we've met throughout, the last couple of years. So, yeah, we're excited. I mean, that's the biggest part, is really just the inclusivity of what running brings to a town, no matter what color, what gender, what ethnicity. Everybody puts their shoes on, and you're all running for the same goal, the finish line. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I will say it's got a great international flavor here. I remember being in Houston, being struck by how much of a Texas flavor it had. It was very local. A lot of people from like the Texas area, and here, not that one's any better than the other, but it's just like it's an international flavor here.
For sure.
And it's my favorite day of the year. I'm excited that you guys are here. It was great for me to be able to share the Houston Marathon with you and be a part of that and kind of tag along.
And you ran it, my friend.
Ran it with you guys.
Which was impressive.
One of the highlights of my
I was just telling Nev about it. I said, totally impressive that you hadn't trained for a marathon. You hung in there at the end.
I was hanging on the end. I was like, these guys have run 100. I'm not going to fall off the back.
I've already had 2 people today say, look, I got up for a little run this morning because I was thinking about you guys. And it's the same thing you said. You're like, I couldn't let you guys beat me because you guys ran 73 miles the day before. So
it was great. It was a great way to start the year. It was a great way to end the year. Glad to see you guys, and I'm wishing you all the best. And thanks for sharing a few minutes with me here.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Gene.
Keep up the great work.
Be good, man.
Awesome. Let's get a little picture here.